This reveals everything about the San Diego Padres, as this loss reveals things that are improving and things that are not. This could have immense ramifications for the Padres. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest, where we find other ways to say major implications, and we talk about Padres baseball. Before anything, please subscribe. So today's game was certainly a game, and we've come to the conclusion that the Mariners own us. And that's why I'm not super upset. I mean, obviously, we can't just be like, well, Mariners have our number. No point in trying. Like, obviously, we're disappointed. Obviously, you should try your best. But through the baseball gods themselves, they just decided that we won't play good against the Mariners today. So that's kind of the crux of today. But there are some bigger things that I want to touch base on, let's call it. First things first, let's talk about our AJ Cassavell recap. Mariners 4, Padres 3. The Padres didn't get much length from their starters in Seattle against a good offense, it should be noted. Today, Yu Darvish allowed 4 over 4. The offense couldn't quite claw its way back. The deficit in the NL West grows to 1.5 games. Not great. And I think Dodgers haven't played yet. They're playing the Reds, who haven't been swept all season. But, well, let's just hope the Reds don't get swept. Let's put it that way. But, yeah, not a great time. Right? Couldn't beat the Mariners ace. Full rest for high leverage bullpen arms with another day off tomorrow. Entering the stretch where large win totals should be possible. Time to execute. Letters to AJ. Speaking of letters to AJ, like I promised you guys, I have a video on Arraez that comes out tomorrow morning. It was funny because I recorded that. Let me fix my backdrop. I recorded that while watching the game today. So I had some like live game reactions in that video. It was a fun time. But I think it's a very interesting video. So stick around for that tomorrow morning, like 6 something in the morning. But yeah, that. And then let's talk about, of course, Yu Darvish. Several bad location misses by Darvish this inning, and that obviously resulted in the bad inning, I guess. What was it, 3 runs? Yeah, 3 runs. So there was parts. Okay, so let me start with this. I am a certified Yu Darvish lover, and I am delusional. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But I don't think Darvish had a horrible game today. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't good. But I don't think it was horrible. I mean, we've regularly seen Darvish give up like 3 or 4 runs earlier in the game and then kind of shut things down. This was kind of the opposite, to be honest. But I still think our offense should be able to score more than 4 runs a game, which I guess has been happening this series. But my point being is that, again, like I've said before, Darvish didn't help himself and he didn't help the team, but I don't think the entire loss should be on Darvish. I mean, to be honest too, the Darvish home run, or the Eugenio Suarez home run off of Darvish, that could have been robbed by like literally any competent left field, but Gavin Shildt sucks in left field. Let's be honest. I love Gavin Shildt. I'm so happy he can play left field, and I'm happy he filled in for like most of the year. He should not be a left fielder, right? He looked lost at the wall. Like, if my backdrop was the wall, he was like, oh. Like, he had no idea what he was doing. And I swear Ramon Laureano, or if like Merrill was back and he was close enough, like the ball barely went over the wall. Like, he could have just reached over it and caught it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put, obviously Darvish shouldn't get home runs, but I don't think the full blame was on him. I think Gavin Shildt needs to learn how to catch a fly ball. Give him the offseason to figure it out. It's fine, right? And I mean, that one play at the wall, he did catch it, but it was pretty ugly. Like, he hit off the heel of his glove, and he went, like, juggling it. It was a fun showing, if you like baseball comedy. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, yeah, he shouldn't give it the home run, or Darvish shouldn't give up the home run, but I think with a competent defender, it would have been a closer game, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm making excuses for Darvish. I probably am. I love you, Darvish. That being said, I still don't think that he isn't deserving of a playoff start. Like, Darvish has been a clutch player for us for so many years now. I think he's earned the respect from us as a fan base, us as a fan base, the organization in total, to earn some playoff starts. And if not a start, at least an opportunity to pitch, right? And I guess I can show you guys right now. I did whip up our possible starters. So this is basically who we have, right? There are some people left off, like Matt Waldron, Kyle Hart, people like them, because, like, let's be honest, they're not going to play in the playoffs. So we have 7 pitchers right now. Obviously, Michael King will be back for the playoffs. And obviously, Pivetta, lock. Michael King should be a lock. The others 3 is a little bit more up in the air. For the NLDS, I think we're going to run Nick Pivetta, Michael King, Dylan Cease, and Yu Darvish. I don't know if we keep Cortez on the DS roster. I think he should be on the championship and World Series rosters. But DS, I don't think so, because obviously DS is a 5-game series. Championship and World Series are 7 games, if you didn't know that. So, yeah. But the big issue that I feel like I will admit is earlier in the year, we all thought offense was our biggest problem, right? And then we got Laureano, then we got Ryan O'Hearn, and some players started hitting better, like Xander Bogaerts, for example. And then we realized, while offense is not as good as it could be, it is still better than what it was. But pitching-wise, I feel like we've regressed. Not a whole lot, but enough that it's probably our worst spot on our team. Not that it's horrible, right? I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's not as good as it's been, right? I mean, Randy Vasquez, one of our best pitchers early on in the year, to be honest, even though he was super lucky, but he did his job, right? And then he kind of stopped doing his job, and now he's not pitching anymore. Michael King was our dog earlier in the season and only had 11 starts and has not been in a game since, well, I guess he just pitched like 1 or 2 games. Well, one game he pitched and didn't look that great. So, yeah, I mean, Cortez, he's had good games, he's had bad games. I don't know how much we trust him. Dylan Cease has basically not been great the entire year. He's had some good second half starts, but it's been a struggle for him. And then Yu Darvish, again, has some good games, has some bad games, has some okay games, but has a proven track record. And then JP Sears, I don't know how to feel about you. I don't know how to feel about you. It's like Darvish. You have good starts, you have bad starts, but your bad starts are bad starts, right? And Yu Darvish has more, I guess, potential to have a good start. Like, he has better stuff and better track records and better just everything over JP Sears. Maybe not results so far, but I would absolutely take Yu Darvish over JP Sears literally any day of the week. So like I was saying, what do you guys think will be our DS, well, I guess wild card too, but wild card's going to be obviously, well, can I say obviously? Nick Pivetta game 1, Michael King game 2, and then who? How about that? What do you think for the wild card rotation? What do you think for the DS rotation? What do you think for the championship series? Both of them rotations. Who do you want? Do you want piggybacking to go happen? Like, do you want a Cortez start and then a JP Sears following after him? Or what do you want? Let's get creative, y'all. It's time to get creative. But yeah, how do you feel about starting pitching in general? Are you worried, or do you think they'll figure things out? I can go through all the stats. My dog's barking at my neighbors again. So sorry. We can go through the stats, but I highlighted the ERA, which I know is not a full picture, but it's an easy thing to grasp. Let's put it that way. But yeah, now let's focus a little bit on the offense. So offense, like we said, has been getting... Oh, I wanted to mention this too. This is the first start Bryan Woo hasn't gone 6 complete innings all season. 25 straight starts this season with at least 6 innings until today. That is so insane to me. I know yesterday I said there was like a streak. I didn't know how long it was. I just knew it was like long. I didn't know it was this long. And he was pissed when he came off the mound. Like, he was yelling into his glove. Honestly, I love that for him. So I like Bryan Woo. He seems like a cool dude. I like the dog in him. Let's put it that way. But I was happy to make him miserable. Let's put it that way. But no, scoring a bunch of runs early against the Mariners, this Mariners team is greatly preferred to the typical result. Also, please apply if you haven't, or if you want to. The typical result of getting 1 hit for 7 innings every single game. Just need to not allow a bunch of runs. So like I was saying, our offense has looked better, especially this series. And I guess you could also say the Dodgers series last time. Like, our offense has looked better, even with some players not playing very great, aka Arraez. Video on him tomorrow. Ooh, excuse me. But I actually have been liking our offense recently. I don't know what it is about T-Mobile, but I guess both teams just hit really well in T-Mobile. But I feel like I remember historically T-Mobile not being a great hitter's park. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know the history and the lore of T-Mobile or Safeco, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. But I have liked our offense. Fermin has cooled down drastically since his hot start. He caught a lot since coming up here, so maybe giving Diaz a start besides catching Pivetta could keep Fermin fresher. So yeah, I mean, Fermin has been doing a lot of small ball for us, and I love that. I love that Fermin will do whatever he needs to do for us, for this team to like win us games. But he's been a backup for oh my god, Salvi Perez for like years now. So I feel like he started more recently than he probably has in a while. So it might be a fatigue thing because obviously playing a catcher is like the hardest position, not just in baseball, but in this all sports almost. So I don't blame him for getting tired. And Diaz has been good. Like he's not been great, right? He's not been like amazing. He's not been Cal Raleigh, but he hasn't been bad recently. And he was the preferred catcher over Maldonado anyway. So I don't mind giving Diaz more starts, but I do want to make sure Fermin keeps himself fresh. You know what I mean? But who else has been doing pretty A-okay recently? One thing I'm taking away from this series, win or lose, is that Nando has his pop back, and I can't wait to see it at a non-pitcher's park. I swear to God, there was like 5 pitches or like 5 hits that like were this close to being home runs and just died at the warning track, right? Like Bogaerts had one. I think Shildt or O'Hearn had one. I forgot already. I know Tatis had one. So I do like Tatis might have some pop back in his bat, which would be a godsend for us. But we'll have to wait and see. But I do think we had some good power this series. Because obviously we were hitting home runs this series, and we had some definite flyouts at the warning track this series. So maybe when we go to Minnesota, I don't know if Minnesota's a hitter's park or not. I assume so. I feel like Minnesota's always been pretty good at hitting home runs. So we'll see how things go over there. Minnesota's kind of been tanking, so we have to take advantage of that. I know we lost this series. I know we won at least one game, so it's not the worst thing ever. But I think we should at least... Well, obviously we should aim for a sweep. I think a sweep would be great, but at least minimum 2 wins out of this series. Minimum, right? So, yeah. So, just a quick... I have a lot of Rich comments today. So sorry. Or shout out to you, Rich Roberts. I don't know why I chose so many tweets from you today, but you had some good tweets. Was super impressed with the Red Sox when we saw them at Petco, and I was equally impressed with the Mariners post-deadline. Their lineups are relentless with power. The pitching is really good. It's different from Boston in that way. Good team. Hope we don't see them again. So yeah, that's why I'm not like super stressed, because we've been playing pretty poorly against all AL teams this year. That being said, we don't really have to worry about too many of them in the playoffs, except for like one, right? Which is the World Series. So I still think the Red Sox have a good chance to make the World Series, but I could also see the Mariners doing it. So hopefully it's the Red Sox, because we can actually beat the Red Sox. Because if I have to watch the World Series, Mariners versus Padres, and we get swept, I swear to God, I will be sad for like a month. Mariners are our kryptonite. I don't know why. But yeah, honestly, I don't hate the Mariners or the Red Sox. But I can respect their game. As you guys know, I'm a super respectful, humble person who never brags, so I can respect their game. But yeah, still got the full pen available for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is an off day, so Friday. Chase it if you need to. Would be a great series to win, but honestly, a relief to be able to steal one in a Seattle with how that team is built. They're very good, right? So, yeah, sorry for the long video today, but I think all we got to talk about is the offense might be going back to a good form that we might have seen earlier this year and like early, like, what was it, August, late July, where it got really good. So hopefully that'll be happening. And then pitching wise, what do you guys think about pitching? Do you think it needs to be fixed? Do you think we'll just have to let it ride out, let things fix themselves out? How do you feel about the offense? What kind of lineup do you want? Tomorrow I'm proposing a Arraez on the bench lineup. Do you guys want that? Let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe as always, and go Padres. Goodbye. Win on Thursday. Friday?